Pokemon is without a doubt one of the biggest names in gaming. The franchise has earned a whopping $46.2 billion in sales worldwide. The franchise itself has been known to create many successful games, toys, and media alike. However, along with the release of all of these successful Pokemon games comes the release of the not-so-successful Pokemon games. These lesser-known Pokemon games often tend to either be created by companies who have purchased the rights to the Pokemon franchise, or just straight up ripped off the brand image itself. If you do recognize any of these games, then please let me know down below where you've heard of them. The first game on our list is Pokemon Green for the NES. This game wasn't developed as its own game, as it was actually a hack of a game, and excuse me for probably pronouncing this wrong, but Kero Kuropi no Daibukan 2, Donuts Ike Ha Osawagi. The objective of the game is to defeat enemies and save children at the end of the level. The funny thing about Kero Kuropi no Daibukan 2 is that it is actually a ripoff of the original Super Mario Bros. So, essentially, Pokemon Green for the NES is a ripoff of a ripoff. Even though the game seems a bit lackluster, it's still useful for a quick playthrough if you just want to see what it's all about. Up next, we have Pokemon Sapphire for the Game Boy Color, which, obviously you guys know of Pokemon Sapphire, but this is clearly not that. Right off the bat, you're taken into an intro sequence about how the Rocket Brigade stole the Improbity Badge and destroyed the Magic Baby's world. Xiaoshi and his pals tried to stop him, but in the end there's only one creature who can actually stand up to them and destroy them, and that's Pikachu. The whole object of this game is to stop the Rocket Brigade who stole the Improbity Badge and then destroy the Magic Baby's world, which I guess I can get behind. You and a few lopsided but familiar pals are set off on an adventure to stop the Rocket Brigade and restore order. The game seems to play out like a classic Fire Emblem game more than anything else, and it doesn't really seem that well made, since there's a lot of glitches and bugs in the game. Overall, it's kind of weird, but I suppose it's worth a shot if you're into the classic turn-based RPG sort of game. Next up, we have Pokemon Yellow for the NES, which, yeah, you heard that correctly. Pokemon Yellow for the NES is a pretty straightforward game, and it actually plays out like most Pokemon games. So overall, this game is something that could actually be held in a pretty decent light, seeing as how the music, the animation, the graphics, and the gameplay all hold up. The cool thing about this game is that a few fans actually brought it upon themselves to translate the entire thing into English, seeing as how it was only in Japanese before. The user interface, or the UI, is strikingly similar to the actual Pokemon Yellow game, and again, I am actually really impressed with the amount of quality and detail that was put into this game. There isn't really much more to say about the game, so I will just let this next bit speak for itself. This next game is actually an incomplete ROM hack of Pokemon Fire Red. Pokemon Apollo puts you into the shoes of an up-and-coming Team Rocket member. As a member of Team Rocket, it is your job to steal Pokemon from other trainers and use them for your own evil purposes. You are meant to go around committing crimes with the use of your militarized Pokemon. This is essentially just a retelling of the story you know and love from the perspective of a Team Rocket member, and it is definitely one of the cooler games on this list in my opinion. I have personally played this game before, and in my opinion, if Game Freak was to make a game entirely surrounding the idea of being a Team Rocket member in this style, it would do extremely well. This last one's a doozy. The last game on this list is Pocket Monsters Go-Go. The game starts off with Meowth singing My Heart Will Go On from the Titanic movie for what I can only assume to be him on an acid trip, and then it pans over to Pikachu walking into what I can only imagine to be a miniature Taj Mahal. If you haven't figured it out by now, this game is actually a ROM hack of the Smurfs 3 game with all of the original sprites removed, once more becoming a copy of a copy. You never let us down, Japan, do you? While the goal isn't clear, I can only imagine the objective is to kill every other Pokemon and collect presents and then finally pass the level to continue on towards the end of the game, repeating your previous steps. And seeing as how this game is a ripoff of the Smurfs 3, I believe the overall objective is to actually collect keys and free your friend Meowth while killing every other Pokemon along the way. So this game is, let's just cut to the actual gameplay. So have you guys heard about any of these games? Are there any more gaming franchises that you want me to cover in the future? Do you guys want me to cover glitches for games? Please let me know in the comment section down below, and if you enjoy this video, please give it a like and make sure you share it. By sharing the video, it helps the video grow and it helps my channel grow and it brings you guys more content. Want to be notified whenever I upload a video? Click the bell button next to the subscribe button, then click send me all notifications for this channel. That'll let you guys know the second that I upload a video to my channel. Thanks for watching and I'll see you next time. Bye.